Yuba-Sutter.live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right.
Through the chair.
Yes, Supervisor.
I just want to say a couple things about Ron Solinger. You know, I was lucky enough to serve 2 years with Ron, and I learned a lot from Ron. He'd been around the block a couple times. He had a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge of this area, and always found Ron to be very honest. Doing and so forth, and that's, he really loved this community, and I'm pretty sure he went to the end loving this community and hoping only for the best. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll ditto that. Same deal with Ron, and I just spoke to him about 2 months ago, and I had no idea that he was ill, so we'll miss him dearly. Thank you.
Through the chair. I'd also like to mention Ron. I had the honor of serving with him for several years as well, and as Supervisor Ziggermeyer mentioned, he was a very direct person. So, I mean, one thing you could definitely say about Ron, you knew where you stood with him at all the time. So, you know, that's a compliment to Ron. But he was not only dedicated to the community. I mean, he definitely, his heart was about this community, but he was very dedicated to his family as well. And that was just a beautiful thing to see. I went to a couple of events at his house when he was serving, and I saw the warmness he had with his grandchildren and his own children, and any man who has weeks ago, actually, in the 2nd District at Sopatai, and you know, he was laughing it up with Supervisor Whitaker, so you know, I don't know what he did that night, but maybe had a little too much fun. But we're going to miss him a lot, so he's a great guy. Thank you.
Supervisor McCullough.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, you know, I sit in this seat, you know, replacing Ron, but he was nothing but kind to me since I the times we shared, he and I considered each other friends, and spent a lot of time together, as Supervisor Flores can attest to, and we were both Shriners and Masons, and spent a lot of time together, and in those early days when I came into office, I would ask him for his insight, and he was graceful enough to provide that for me, so I really appreciate it and pray for his wife and his family. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Yes, and we're thankful and grateful for Ron's dedication to Sutter County, that he will be missed but never forgotten. All right, moving on to the presentations of Tavi Cuevas, if you could please join us. "20 years. Yeah, thank you. He started here when he was 10. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a little token of appreciation that we're going to present to Tavi for 20 years of service here at Sutter County. The Board of Supervisors, obviously with the staff and all your fellow employees and stuff, want to thank you. This presentation is a service award to Tavi Cuevas, Environmental Health Specialist 3, in honor of 20 years of employment with Sutter County. Tavi began his career with Sutter County on February 18th of 2003 as an environmental health specialist number 1. During his time as an environmental health specialist 1, he received environmental health specialist 2. During his time as environmental health specialist 2, he worked with the Consumer Protection Program, Land Use Program, and Hazardous Materials Program. During this time, he has also became certified as a state lead inspector, assessor, and assists the county public health branch with childhood lead poisoning prevention program. He also provides valuable translation skills to the department. Tavi has since been promoted to Environmental Health Specialist 3 and now mainly works in Hazardous Materials Program. Tavi has proven himself to be an invaluable asset to the county and the community that he lives in. Congratulations.
Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, especially my beautiful wife, Reina, and my wonderful children, Vicente and Isa, and my mom, Maria. My job is basically to enforce health and safety standards for the state of California, and this community does pretty well about doing that. The ones that don't, we educate them in the rules of what we do. And I've been here since 1989. Community's changed quite a bit, very accepting of its diversity in this area, and we're all here to have a common goal and live a good life, raise our families in this community. So I really appreciate all you coming today, and this is a good recognition. I appreciate it from the county, and thank you again, and happy Halloween, feliz Dia de los Muertos, and go Raiders.
Yeah.
That's for you, Mio.
Can we have your family just join us for a photo, please? You come up. Chuck, can we bother you for a moment? Just get a capture the moment. We have Sarah Eberhardt Rios. If you could please join us with your staff. First one is poisoning. All right, we have a proclamation here for California Lead Poisoning Prevention Week, October 22nd through 28th, 2023. The week of October 22nd through 28th, 2023 is Lead Poisoning Prevention Week, a time in which individuals, organizations, and communities around the country join their voices to amplify the message that lead poisoning can be prevented. Oh, I was saying. Sorry. We're going to start this thing over. So it's California Lead Poisoning Prevention Week. Right? All right. Thanks, I appreciate that. All right. Lead exposure is particularly harmful to children under the age of 6. It is vital that we take the necessary steps to make sure that we have a safe environment in Sutter County, and protecting children from lead exposure in critical to lifelong health. Even small amounts of lead in the body can adversely impact intelligence, the quotidian IQ, ability to pay attention, and academic achievement. Although lead can be found in many products and locations, lead exposure is preventable. All Sutter County residents are encouraged to learn about the risks and potential sources of lead exposure and the steps that can be taken to prevent our children Lead Poisoning Prevention Week provides the opportunity to educate and engage everyone in our community to find their role in lead poisoning prevention. The Sutter County Board of Supervisors do hereby proclaim the week of October 22nd through 28th of 2023 as California Lead Poisoning Prevention Week, and call upon the people of Sutter County to observe this week by helping our families, friends, and neighbors, co-workers, and leaders to better understand the value of lead poisoning prevention and supporting great opportunities to adopt preventative lifestyle habits. Who wants first?
I was going to let Tavi do this since he got the award today. I'm Katrina Whitaker. I'm the Director of Nursing for Public Health, and we have a whole team, very small team, that helps prevent lead, I'm going to say it wrong, lead poisoning in our community by providing that education to the parents. They case manage any cases that come back positive and help those parents learn how to identify those sources, mitigate those sources, and then when it is a positive case, Tavi comes in and he helps test those homes and the environment to help them. So thank you to all the staff that help protect our children.
Another proclamation. This is for Red Ribbon Week. Come on. Don't be afraid. All right. All right, this proclamation we have here to present is Red Ribbon Week, October 23rd through 31st of 2023. Drug abuse. Red Ribbon Week will be celebrated in communities across the nation from October 23rd through the 31st of 2023 and offer citizens the opportunities to demonstrate their commitment to drug-free lifestyles. Businesses, government, law enforcement, media, healthcare providers, schools, and other community-based organizations will demonstrate their commitment to healthy, drug-free lifestyles by wearing red ribbons and participating in drug prevention activities. Throughout the year, making a visible statement that we are strongly committed to a drug-free lifestyle.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dawn Redmond, and I work with Sutter Yuba Behavioral Health Prevention and Early Intervention. I'm one of the resource specialists among the team. And Red Ribbon campaign is extremely important. It teaches our young people of all ages, from little tots all the way up till seniors in high school, college students as well, how to be drug and alcohol free, as well as learning how to keep your mind healthy, your body healthy, and spiritually healthy. It's also important because this campaign provides a way for people to learn and educate themselves how to keep themselves safe and healthy. We were able to give that material out to them so that it could go out to the kids and to the parents to educate them to be able to be aware of this campaign and how to keep themselves healthy.
Thank you.
I just want to acknowledge Dawn. I mean, she kind of is very humble, and she's out there talking to kids all the time. That's how you do it, y'all. You just spend time together talking about these things, and Dawn is a great example and an excellent Health and Human Services staff. So really appreciate you, Dawn. Thank you.
Cards. First public comment, Tony Farley.
This is nice today. Tony Farley from South State, South Sutter County. This is a nice day. Drug awareness month, you name it. I like that. And also, the moment of silence. I like that. Here, thank Scott Smallwood for his service. Brandon Barnes, funny sheriff. There's Debbie over there. He's funny too. The Marine Corps hoorah guy. Deborah, the lawyer. Steve, the professor Steve. Thank you, Colin Baines. Nicholas, the Pope. He's a Pope. It's Rat Coated, the big farmer. There's Dan Flores, Star Wars, the Darth Vader guy. Hey, for Halloween, I'll be Wonder Woman for Halloween. I'll be Wonder Woman for Halloween, for real. So I'll be at the police department for the Halloween treat on Saturday. Of course, Mike Ziegler, the business guy. Sarah, good job, Sarah. Sarah did a good job. Do we not miss you? We're missing Elizabeth Montes. Yeah, I'm missing her. Don't forget the Sean P. look-alike right there. Thank you for your service. Don't forget Zachary Hamble too. Zachary Hamble.
All right. Next speaker card is Tom McWhorter.
Good afternoon, supervisors and great citizens of Sutter County. My name is Tom McWhorter, and I live in Yuba County. During the campaign for Measure A, the doom and gloom scenario of having to close the library and museum was portrayed if the tax increase were to fail. And as we all know, the wise voters of Sutter County saw clearly through the smoke and falsehoods being pushed by Measure A proponents. Falsehoods? Did I say falsehoods? Yes, I did. Why would I make such a damning statement? Because as I drove over here, I witnessed the library being open for users. The parking lot was full of users who probably had no idea where the money is coming from to keep the library open. I would like to know how come the library and museum are open when Measure A failed. Can you tell the voters of Sutter County who trusted you enough to vote you into office why the closures of the library and museum did not happen, like the proponents of Measure A portrayed? We would like to read the answer in the Appeal Democrat, so we don't have to come here at the most inconvenient time of the day. Thank you.
Our next speaker card is Sandy Ruiz.
Hi, my name is Sandra Reese. I'm an IHSS provider and UDW member here in Sutter County for a little over a year. I've been a caregiver, a certified CNA for over 15 years, but I've been a caregiver most of my life. My mom was born with disabilities, and she, to this day, lives with them on a daily basis. We work long hours and go above and beyond for our clients because we know the impact we make in their lives. about the hard work we do. You know that our community's seniors and people with disabilities rely on our care. We are the workers who keep our seniors and people with disabilities away from reoccurring emergency rooms, visits, and institutionalized care. Our work saves the county hundreds of thousands of dollars. Our life-saving work deserves better pay and the health care benefits that come with any dignified job. And we will keep coming back here and fighting until you pay us the wages we deserve. Thank you for being here.
All right, next speaker is Tanner Schofield.
Hello, my name is Tanner Schofield, and I've been a resident of Sutter County a majority of my life. I had originally planned to come in here and speak my opinion on the fire department crisis. However, it's come to my attention in the past few weeks the issue is much more vast than our fire department. The whole Sutter County Public Safety Unit is failing, and it's a disaster waiting to happen. I do apologize for this long story, but for you to understand, here we go. Let me give you an overview of my experiences. I recently had a random man come and harass me at my house twice. The first time I was completely minding my own business in my driveway and did not even look at him. He was yelling derogatory remarks and profanity, and when he got about 5 feet from me, I realized he was speaking to me, and I asked if he was. He said yes. He then continued on and threatened to come back and steal all my stuff. I was home alone with my young son, so I called the non-emergency number to ask advice on what I should do and to make it known in case he does come steal my stuff. Well, I didn't think much of it after that. Well, last week, I was on my way home, and has been tried for the murder of his father, but the charges were dropped because of lack of evidence. I posted on the Sutter Community Facebook page to let people know about this man and share my experiences, and you know what I was told? Not one, not two, but 6 other women. This man and share my experiences, and you know what I was told? Not one, not two, but 6 other.
Supervisor McKelly?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores?
Aye.
Supervisor Ziegemeier?
Through the chair, I'm going to vote aye. I watched the video. I missed the last meeting, but I did watch it afterwards, so I'll be voting aye for that consent calendar.
Thank you.
Supervisor Baines?
Aye.
Supervisor Conant?
Aye. All right. Moving on to the So that was 1 through 14. So, okay, we are going to adjourn the Board of Supervisors meeting at this time and convene as In-Home Supportive Services Public Authority Governing Board. Roll call, please.
Director McKelly?
Aye.
Director Flores?
Present.
Director Ziegemeier? Director Baines?
Present.
Director Conant?
Aye. Good present.
All right. Item 1 for the IHHS consent calendar. Looking for a motion.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Director McKelly?
Aye.
Director Flores?
Aye.
Director Ziegemeier?
Aye.
Director Baines?
Aye.
Director Conant?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Now we have item 2. Tanya Beebe shall be presenting.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Scott's giving me a cue over here. Push the button. Good afternoon. So we are here with the fiscal year 23-24 Public Authority in-home supportive services budget. Just a little background. We have about 1,500 IHSS recipients in Sutter County.
To address the same issues that Mr. Handy brought to our attention is the fact that a project would get brought before the planning commission or the board, and there would be monies owed that would need to be addressed. So for a number of years now, at least 3 fiscal years, our department has been using a flat fee for the various services. Through the conversations with Mr. Handy, it was to try to look at our tried to explain the process is how fees are set as a result of the government code and is a matter to collect the services. I essentially specified that the number of hours that were spent on Mr. Handy's project, I believe, were about 76. Let me make sure of that. And the current fee schedule that we have for this current fiscal year is based on about 53 hours. So with that, I tried to make some suggestions in the staff report for the process. Mr. Handy's project, unfortunately, was spread over about 4 fiscal years. But in that time, our department went from a deposit-based process to a flat fee-based process. And that was essentially meant to address the same issues that Mr. Handy brought to our attention, is the fact that a project would get brought before the planning commission or the board, and there would be monies owed that would need to be addressed. So for a number of years now, at least 3 fiscal years, our department has been using a flat fee for the various services. Through the conversations with Mr. Handy, it was to try to look at our tried to explain the process is how fees are set as a result of the government code and is a matter to collect the services. I essentially specified that the number of hours that were spent on Mr. Handy's project, I believe, were about 76. Let me make sure of that. And the current fee schedule that we have for this current fiscal year is based on about 53 hours. So with that, I tried to make some suggestions in the staff report for staff report does include an additional alternative or something for your consideration that you could direct the department to explore changes to the zoning code that may streamline the land development process and in turn lower application costs. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
All right, bring it back to the board. Any questions?
No questions. I, through the chair, had a lot of conversations with Jerry Handy, and he was very appreciative with the meeting that Neil and Steve all sat down. They went through the whole process, which is what we asked for, and it was very thorough, and it was good by both sides. So.
I'd like to open a public hearing. We have no public comment cards on item 16, so I'll bring it back to Supervisor Zigmeyer. Sorry about that.
I was just going to make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Oh, sorry. I got to close the public hearing. Bring it back.
Should he ask any public comment? Anybody's here.
Nobody's rushing to the podium.
All right. Okay. Never mind.
So it sounds like I have a motion and a second.
Yeah,
a roll call vote, please.
Supervisor McKelly?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores?
Aye.
Supervisor Zigmeyer?
Aye.
Supervisor Baines?
Aye.
Supervisor Conant?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 17, still you, Neil.
Through the chair. Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to have to recuse myself because I have ongoing business negotiations with Mr. Tiara.
Public hearing to consider an appeal of project U22-00.
This is one from, sorry.
I apologize.
From John?
They are dated for October 19th. I believe we just received them today.
Okay, all right, that's fine. And then just another comment that I'd like to ask the clerk, because we received several letters, right? Do you have those, or if not, could you, I guess, add them to the record, or what do we do with those?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we received 3 letters in opposition to this item, and they have all been filed with the agenda packet.
Hit the mic button there, so carry you.
There it is.
You got it, thank you.
Screen. Chairman, Board, my name is Jason Moore. I work as an environmental scientist for the state of California in the Department of Water Resources. I have 16 years experience, 17 now, I guess, working in water quality, both drinking water and environmental water quality. I do all kinds of permitting work for the state. Don't usually get to do public speaking though, so pardon my cracking voice. I looked over the environmental documents. I found a lot of things were lacking in their inconsistencies in the documents. My biggest concern is the current the way the use permit is written. It's going to be using ground infiltration of all stormwater runoff. They don't want to put it in the local system. Water down into the ground and allow it to infiltrate. Well, the problem is Robbins hasn't had drinkable water for 7 years now or so. It hasn't been of good quality for much more, but we've been getting bottled water delivered to our houses, and I live about 600 feet away from this proposed. And the plan is to dump all the drain runoff into the groundwater, allow it to infiltrate. My concern is that it's going to affect our drinking water in the future, if not already. That's my biggest concern. I've given a letter. I don't know if you've got it. It's got just the one with the maps on the back. Has this been given to the?
Here today to speak in regards to Project U22-006 TRF. We have appealed this permit for the following reasons. First, according to the county's public hearing guidelines, all property owners within 1/2 mile of proposed truck yards must be Number 2, new projects in Robbins are not consistent with the land use policy as described in the Sutter County General Plan. Robbins is a rural community under protection and zoned for no growth. Permitting a truck yard in an agricultural repair lot is a clear violation of land use. Also, the Planning Commission and Planning Department have referenced the property south of the truck yard. Honorable Supervisors, please, before voting on this subject, I implore you to visit these permit locations and study them for yourselves. Then maybe you can see for yourself the potential for catastrophe in these small communities. Also, I strongly recommend that you view the webcast of the Planning Commission's public hearings. There's a complete lack of obligation to the answers that they give and a lack of clarification in questions that are specifically asked regarding these issues. I implore you to do the right thing and do not allow Robbins to be the next Highway 99 and to be the next Highway. I implore you to do the right thing and do not allow Robbins to be the next Highway 99 and
There is also a proposal that when the visibility is reduced, that trucks will only be allowed to exit the yard by making a right turn. Who is going to police that provision? If a truck needs to go south, how are they going to get there? Make a right onto Del Monte Avenue, find a place to make a U-turn and come back out to 113 and make a left onto 113 by again crossing oncoming traffic, heading north and pulling into southbound 113 with little to no shoulder.
you. To the Sutter County Board of Supervisors. This appeal is regarding project U22-0006 Tihara. We just received information. The county, the deposit should be returned. The plan calls for an average of 66 truck and trailer combinations to enter and exit the lot on Highway 113, as well as 100 auto trips per day. There are 5 truck-tractor combinations that live in Robbins. So that says that these 66 truck and trailer combos and the 100 cars are completely from out of the area. So it's going to overload our intersections. The cars are going to figure out how to get to Reclamation Road, but in the meantime, they'll go past 5 homes where there's children. The children in Robbins play in the street. They walk in the street to go to school. It's not going to end well, and there's no need for it, because it doesn't belong there, because it's not catering to local storage issues for trucks. It just doesn't make any sense. To make certain that the provision is not violated. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker card.
Tom, and the board of directors and staff. I think this project is a good project. This project is in a safe environment. We have trucks going on that highway at night, and the same runoff of the highway is going everywhere. If somebody has a concern about that,
Next speaker card is Tanner Schofield.
The sheriff, when I was a kid and you call the sheriff department, they ain't coming unless it's something really serious. That's my opinion on that. Maybe if you do put in that other lane, or if you're going to put the money into putting a stoplight somewhere in Robbins, but absolutely I see where these people are coming from, and it is going to cause problems. Highway 113 is dangerous as it is, especially on a foggy morning when people want to pass, they don't want to stop for a truck. There's a lot of things to consider, and maybe do. A foggy morning when people want to pass, they don't want to stop for a truck. There's a lot of things to consider, and maybe do take.
Approval currently as drafted, which are subject to modification at your discretion, they include the requirement to build a commercial driveway that meets the county standards, which is 45 feet wide. In order to construct that driveway, the property owner would have to get a Caltrans encroachment permit. On this project, their comments have been included into the conditions of approval. There was a traffic study done for the project that spoke about the traffic volumes, traffic engineer, and discussed both acceleration lanes or the need for center turn lane. But those are all within the purview and responsibility of Caltrans to require those improvements. Permit. The county, only to be corrected, but the county doesn't have the legal authority to require improvements within the state highway. It's, for example, if someone were to require someone in the county's right of way, only the county, your board of supervisors can make those requirements. But certainly, at your board's discretion, our department can reach out to the appropriate agencies or personnel and, seek to have conversations.
Yeah, like I said, it goes back to proper notice and working with each other.
Which was the Planning Commission.
In that case, we have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Which was the Planning Commission.
In that case, we have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Supervisor background. On August 9th, 20.
Aye.
Supervisor Baines.
Aye.
Supervisor Conant.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Entertainment events and within the agricultural zoned land. After staff's presentation and input from the members of the public, the Board of Supervisors directed staff to initiate the appropriate amendments to land use requirements After staff's presentation and input from the members of the public, the Board of Supervisors directed staff to initiate the appropriate amendments to land use requirements to allow ministerial approval of weekend and seasonal agricultural, education, and entertainment events on agriculturally zoned land. To provide you a brief reminder, agricultural, education, and entertainment event uses include such uses as agriculturally themed exhibitions, art shows, craft fairs, one-day, weekend, and seasonal uses, and determined that limited numbers of one-day and weekend events could be considered temporary agricultural-based events and should be addressed through the temporary use chapter of the zoning code, which is Article 16 of the code. Weekend. Therefore, staff is proposing to include the addition of a section specific to temporary agricultural, education, and entertainment uses within Article 16 of the zoning code for single weekend permits. The addition of a section specific to temporary agricultural, education, and entertainment uses within Article 16 of the zoning code for single weekend permits. An application process for this review of this type of use will be created and implemented by staff. By reducing the application fee and providing a streamlined application and review process, staff believes we have met the intent of the Board of Supervisors direct. The administrative permit application fee for this type of use. And a streamlined application process for this review of this type of use will be created and implemented by staff. By reducing the application fee and providing a streamlined application and review process, staff believes we have met the intent of the Board of Supervisors direct. Significant effect on the environment. Therefore, the activity is considered exempt from CEQA pursuant to Section 15061B. and the amendment will not be detrimental to the health, safety, and general welfare of persons residing or working in the area, or to the general welfare of the county. Therefore, staff recommends the Board of Supervisors open the public hearing, introduces the ordinance attached to the report, waives the full reading, directs the board clerk to read the title only, finds the project is exempt from CEQA pursuant to Section 15061B3, and approves Project 22-0. It's about a little under $450 for a admin permit. I think it's approximately a little under $800. Permit for that type of use, and that's approximately a planning application fee of $800.
And I mean, this is something, you know, we asked some advice from the city. You know, the city doesn't work on giving permits for agriculture, so that's where, but we wanted to see how you see the fair coming in at the mall, the Walmart Center, and they go in, the county. So we know that, hey, there's a festival going on here. Hey, there's this going on here. And I'm excited. I know the applicants, I shouldn't say applicants, but the loved it. Every one of them loved the idea. They're very supportive of it. Agriculture education. That's what this Sutter County is about. Loved it. Every one of them loved the idea. They're very supportive of it. Agriculture education. That's what this Sutter County is about. Agriculture and educating the youth about it.
So just real quick, so Annie is on board with this and the numbers that you guys are talked about, like,
fee and thought it was it, and it's not it. It's just a deposit. And, you know, I know people have go on a little further down the line. Does IB 100% and thought it was it, and it's not
I'm just taking your guys' word on the fact that you said that they've bought into this, because that I'm going to looking over at the sheriff. We just had the sheriff's posse and them give the pumpkins away to the kids and that. And in the past, I used to reach out to the Houstons to get pumpkins for them to donate to the sheriff's posse for that. But in my communications with them, they weren't able to have that this year because of this. And so they haven't had an event since 2022. And so as long as, you're saying that they're fine. They weren't able to have that this year because of this. And so they haven't had an event since 2022. And so as long as, you're saying that our community, because we had to go out of town to get those pumpkins, right? So,
Through the chair.
yes, sir.
I'd like to move approval of the recommended actions.
Sutter County.
All right. Thank you. Parents, next item 19.
Approval to nominate a member and an alternate member to the California State Association of Counties Board of Directors for 2023-2024 of Chapter 15 to incorporate changes regarding agricultural, education, and entertainment uses within unincorporated Sutter County.
Good afternoon. Sorry, feels like a little bit like the evening. To find out who would be the nominee for CSAC we need an alternate, and we also need someone to serve as a member on the CSAC committee. The term starts Monday, November 13th, in conjunction with the CSAC. Feels like a little bit like the evening. To find out who would be the nominee for CSAC we need an alternate, and we also need someone to serve as a member on the CSAC committee. The term starts Monday, November 13th, in conjunction with the CSAC meeting, and will go for 1 year.
As the main and alternate, so I would make a motion to keep it the same.
I'll second it.
Roll call vote, please.
Supervisor McKelly?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores?
Aye.
Supervisor Ziegemeier?
Aye.
Supervisor Baines?
Should I abstain since? All right. Aye.
Supervisor Conant?
Aye.
Unless you don't want.
Through the chair, sorry, I never asked.
No.
I assumed.
I'm joking. Thank you.
Deny it.
No, it's my honor. All right. Moving on. Item 20. Neil Hay.
Approval of an independent contractor agreement in the amount of $100,000 with E-Corp Consulting Incorporated to provide environmental permitting assistance for up to 10 emergency culvert repair sites within the county. Authorization for the Director of Development Services to execute and administer the agreement. Waive the requirements for a request for proposal for consultant selection under the provision of Sutter County Ordinance Code Section 16-050. Authorization to revise the fiscal year 2023-24 roadwork plan in the amount of $100,000 by reducing the work for the Pass Road Settlement Repair Project RR 310.
With the state and require or utilize a U.S. Army Corps general permit to address we have 9 failed pipes currently in the county, and so we met with a consultant who's very experienced. They're currently being together for 6 locations is $1.5 million. That money is not budgeted. I'll scroll through one of the attachments. So in order to pay for this consulting contract, my recommended action is to amend the road plan that we currently have about $334,000 budgeted on the past road repair. We recently had the geotechnical firm out doing the soil borings. We're awaiting their and to get us kind of going, we would use staff time for the engineering, so no cost there. Construction. Once we have all the environmental permits, then we would be coming to seek to do construction. While the vast majority of it may be reimbursable if we, go through FEMA on the process, there are some pipe culverts that are not on the FEMA list. They failed subsequently to that, and so it'll be a combination of county crews and contractors, and we'll bring those before your board seeking approval, and we'll have to look at how we're going to fund those improvements. But this is an item, it essentially goes and speaks to the last board meeting where Mr. Coney, you brought up about failed pipes and stuff. So my department had been working and seeking out consultants experienced with this work, and this is the most this firm, E-Corp, is currently the environmental firm on the Housley Road Bridge replacement. They've been on that project for 2 years. They've been working with all of the exact same environmental state and federal agencies that they'll have to work with on our project.
Your cards will bring
and with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Mind if I go first?
To the chair. So, Neil, real quick.
All right.
Real quick. So the repairs would be done. When is the estimated time of completion?
So the earliest they would probably begin is February. Some, pipe replacements are, a couple weeks at all. It'll depend on, obviously, the rainfall and the drainage that's occurring. My department is in contact with RD 1500, for example, where there's a number of the failed pipe culverts as to, how that might take place and whether or not those remain eligible for the FEMA reimbursement. But we've tried to identify all the locations that if we were to pursue FEMA reimbursement, we could.
So the next question is, would the $100,000 that we're going to upfront, would we get that back from FEMA?
Yes. So that is an eligible expense because we're in the FEMA window. We've made them aware. Is an eligible expense because we're in the FEMA window. We've made them.
Over 700 culverts in the county. We are only seeing a small portion, maybe more. We have over the crossing from the geotechnical. We are only seeing there's 800 total. We have over 700 culverts. Geotechnical thing says there's 800 total and 105 bridges. Correct, Neil? So that leaves us about 700 roughly culverts, assuming we got them all, which probably not. And most of those culverts are on the county's responsibility because the reclamation districts were there first, so the county is on the hook to fix those. And being over 100 years old, a lot of them, they're not going to last forever. I'll bet in the next 25 years we're going to have to replace most of those culverts. So what is that? 5 years we're going to have to replace about 30, 40 a year? That's a lot of money. Okay. Okay. Responsibility because the reclamation districts were there first, so the county is on the hook to fix those. And being over 100 years old, a lot of them, they're not going to last forever. I'll bet in the next 25 years we're going to have to replace most of those culverts. So what is that? Almost about 30, 40 a year? That's a lot of money.
Hard to find this firm, someone that could set the pace that we wanted, because like Supervisor Conan said, it's not just here off of Franklin. We have some in his district. There's two. We have.
Well, I got most of them in my district.
Yeah, but we have 2 roads shut down right now.
Right.
But like I said, I'm excited to find this firm, and hopefully we get this going and get these roads opened up as soon as possible. Pass Road, what are we still 3.5 years out on the permit on that? Find this firm, someone that could set the pace that we wanted, because like Supervisor Conan said, it's not just here off of Franklin. We have some in his district. There's 2. We have.
Well, I got most of them in my district.
Yeah, but we have 2 roads shut down right now.
Right.
But like I said, I'm excited to find this firm, and hopefully we get this going and get these roads opened up as soon as possible. Pass Road, what are we still 3.5 years out on the permit on that?
Second roll call vote, please.
Supervisor McKelly?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores?
Aye.
Supervisor Ziegemeier?
Aye.
Supervisor Baines?
Aye.
Supervisor Conant?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Item 21, Sarah Eberhardt Rios.
Approval of an by CDBG grant funds through June 30th, 2024, and approval of an adjustment to the fiscal year 2023-24 adopted budget in the amount of $26,000 offset by CDBG grant funds from the City of Yuba City.
Thank you, Chairman, members of the board. Sarah Eberhardt Rios, your Health and Human Services Director. The Pathways to Work project is a short-term pilot program that was inspired by this Board of Supervisors, the Yuba City Council, the Chamber of Commerce, local business owners, and individuals.
Approval of an adjustment to the fiscal year 2023-24 adopted budget in the amount of $26,000 offset by CDBG grant funds from the City of Yuba City.
Thank you, Chairman, members of the board. Sarah Eberhardt Rios, your Health and Human Services Director. The Pathways to Work project is a short-term pilot program that was inspired by this Board of Supervisors, the Yuba City Council, the Chamber of Commerce, local business owners, and individuals.
Offset by CDBG grant funds from the City of Yuba City.
Thank you, Chairman, members of the board. Sarah Eberhardt Rios, your Health and Human Services Director. The Pathways to Work project is a short-term pilot program that was inspired by this Board of Supervisors, the Yuba City Council, the Chamber of Commerce, local business owners, and individuals. Health and Human Services, along with the Salvation Army, will meet and continue our conversations with the Chamber of Commerce, along with the Downtown Business Association, to shape the launch of the project. Funding for this project is provided by Community Development Block Grant Funds awarded to Sutter County Health and Human Services. Salvation Army. If approved today, Health and Human Services, along with the Salvation Army, will meet and continue our conversations with the Chamber of Commerce, along with the Downtown Business Association, to shape the launch of the project. Funding for this project is provided by Community Development Block Grant Funds awarded to Sutter County Health and Human Services. Today, Health and Human Services, along with the Salvation Army, will meet and continue our conversations with the Chamber of Commerce, along with the Downtown Business Association, to shape the launch of the project. Funding for this project is provided by Community Development Block Grant funds awarded to Sutter County Health and Human.
All right, seeing no speaker cards, bring it back to the board. Any questions?
Through the chair.
Supervisor Flores.
I commend you on putting this program together, Sarah, and I know working closely with your staff and Salvation Army too, and I think Salvation Army has done a great job proving the work that they can provide for homeless, and with that, I'd support it, so I'd move forward with the recommended action, Mr. Chairman.
Very much. Second. So moved in second.
Through the chair.
Supervisor Flores.
I commend you on putting this program together, Sarah, and I know working closely with your staff and Salvation Army too, and I think Salvation Army has done a great job proving the work that they can provide for homeless, and with that, I'd support it, so I'd move forward with the recommended action, Mr. Chairman.
Very much. Second. So moved in second.
At 10:30 a.m. That was originally scheduled for December 12th, but I guess it's a little bit too close to the kids' finals. So we're going to be doing that in 2 weeks. So 10:30 a.m. at Live Oak High School, November 7th. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Supervisor Conant.
So, yeah, I'd also make sure that we send a letter to Ron's family.
10:30 a.m.
I think we all want to sign on to it. And also for everybody's walnuts are in full harvest production, and rice is in hard at it, and guys are trying to get everything done and into the barns before the winter comes. So wish us all luck, and hopefully commodity prices will be good. Thank you.
All right. Supervisor.
Wish us all luck, and hopefully commodity prices will be good. Thank you.
All right. Supervisor.
We send a letter to Ron's family, and we send a letter to Ron's family. We send a letter to Ron's family, and I think we all want to sign on to it. And also for everybody's walnuts are in full harvest production, and rice is in hard at it, and guys are trying to get everything done and into the barns before the winter comes. So wish us all luck, and hopefully commodity prices will be good. Thank you.
All right.
I think we all want to sign on to it. And also for everybody's walnuts are in full harvest production, and rice is in hard at it, and guys are trying to get everything done and into the barns before the winter comes. So wish us all luck, and hopefully commodity prices will be good. Thank you.
All right.
Football season's coming to a close. We have some teams made the playoffs in football. Some teams, Sutter's going to play Wheatland this week for the last game of the season. They are currently the number 1 seed, which is pretty awesome. Sutter freshmen volleyball went undefeated. Incredible team. Love to send them, each one of those young ladies, a certificate. That's a big deal. Volleyball went undefeated. Incredible. Volleyball went undefeated. Incredible team. Love to send them, each one of those young ladies, a certificate. That's a big deal. For girls volleyball at Sutter. There's a lot of great, like I said, it's towards the
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Please, I would ask staff if I can add my name to Sharon Freeman and Doug Heacock's letter. I'd appreciate that. And then I'd also like to ask staff if we can consider creating the area known as Lakari Park in front of 1160 Civic Center as a memorial for not only Ron Sullinger, but any past supervisors served. So if you can bring something back on that, I'd like to take a look at it. Heacock's letter. I'd appreciate that. And then I'd also like to ask staff if we can consider creating the area known as Lakari Park in front of 1160. Beat them bad on Friday at the Mayor's Cup, so we're looking forward to seeing that happen. Hopefully you can attend over at Yuba City. The street, and it's just a good way to exercise and enjoy the community. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. CEO Smith.
Yes, thank you. Supervisor Ziegenmeyer reminded me, so East Nicholas High School girls volleyball playoff tonight. My daughter might happen to play for the team. And they went 26-2 and won their league for the third year in a row. Last year they won the North Section Championship, so we're fingers crossed.
National First Responders Day. Just want to thank our sheriff and the rest of the first responders in our community. And thank you for all that you do. If it was something that was supposed to be temporary for the upcoming parade, but you know, that just the angle that intersection's at, that I think it National First Responders Day to getting a signaled light or at least a stop sign there four-way. I'm not trying to rock the boat, but you know, it was controversial that 99 Oswald light versus roundabout. I think it behooves us. I mean, we should actually look into to get signaled light or at least a stop sign there four-way. I'm not trying to rock the boat, but you know, it was controversial that 99 Oswald light versus fatalities that are happening every day up and down the highways that, hope to bring something safe to this community. Would hate to have, our intentions are good. Fatalities that are happening every day up and down the highways that, hope to bring something safe to this community. Would hate to have, our intentions are good, but to have pile-ups right there on the highway just because, nobody wanted to see change. And joining the festivities, they're going to have, like to invite everybody out to the upcoming Sick Parade. The 44th annual Nugget Ethan is going to take place on November 5th. November 3rd, Friday, will be the fireworks show in the evening. Come out and join in the festivities. They're going to have a little amusement area where they'll have rides and that for kids, and there'll be plenty of food throughout the weekend for you all to come out and enjoy. And obviously the parade taking place on Sunday the 5th. Want to, I guess, apologize for the inconvenience that any of you are put through the weekend or leading up to the festivities, but don't forget the positive economic impact that it brings to the community as well. So let's see here. We have one more reminder is the Board of Supervisors coloring contest. The board is holding right now that begins November 1st. You can pick up the coloring page from the Sutter County Library, the clerk recorder's office, the museum, the clerk of the board's office, and or you could print it off the county's website and make sure that you return those by December 1st. And these prizes will be given in different groups or age groups: 5 years and under, 6 years to 10 years, 11 years to 15, and 16 years and up. And that's all I have. I'd like to have a motion to approve all the requests.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Supervisor McKelly?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores?
Aye.
Supervisor Ziegemeier? Supervisor Baines?
Aye.
Supervisor Conant?
Aye.
Yuba-Sutter.live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at PlumasLakeSelfStorage.com.